Good morning, everyone, and welcome to what we like to call the news. How true that is, well, that's yet to be determined. But before we get to the news, weather. Well, after a much rainy weekend with a tropical storm / depression, hurricane, something,
Storm.
lots and lots of rain, basically,
Yes.
and some wind.
Yes, sir.
We're
Right
hot
now-
again. What do we got?
It's still hot. We're in the 80s.
Not too
The
hot.
high is gonna be 90s. So
Yeah.
still the same. Nothing
Typical
changed.
Florida day of sunshine. Dude, it's funny. So right by the pool, the way the roof is built on my house, there's a corner, and the rain just like
Drops in
waterfalls down onto the pavement. And it's so funny because I just sit there and go, oh, it's the dumbest thing ever. But regardless of that,
Sorry.
morning, guys. Northern Indiana checking in at 66 with a high of 81. See, those temperatures are starting to drop just a little. 73 with a high of 86. Yeah, see, now there you go. Right there, California, 74 with a high of 102.
Very nice.
Dude, the swing from high to low that they get is just insanity. Good morning, 63 and 78 in San Diego. So that's beautiful. That's like,
I like
shit.
that one.
That's beautiful.
Let's go to
59 in Hazy with a high of 93 in the Pacific Northwest. That's a swing. That's a swing. And it's funny because, I mean, I guess for up there, you just got to enjoy it because winter is coming. So just gray skies and gloom are just right around the corner.
Yeah.
Morning, guys. Overcast currently 76 with a projected high of 87 in Knoxville. That sounds good. Good morning, evening, dark, 11 p.m. 40 Fahrenheit, national's capital of Australia.
Australia.
Yeah, that is cold and dark. Morning.
Good morning.
North Carolina 71, cloudy with a high of 81. That looks about right. Yeah. Lake Kahuni. Yeah. Anyway, 73 with a high of 94. It's gonna be sunny. Yeah, it sounds like it. Good morning, fellas. 75, sunny in West Michigan. That's like where Tommy lives, I think. I don't know where Tommy lives. Either way, that's like over. Wait, it goes like this over here somewhere. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, when you live in Michigan, when people say where are you from, okay, so keep in mind this is going to be backwards. But wherever the thumb is, you always point. So like I was from this area here. My dad lived in this area up here. This is the where the snow is until you get to the Upper Peninsula. If you live in the UP, just say I live in the UP, because Michigan has two. Yeah, and there's a bridge. It's really an interesting state. Anyways, I always laugh because it's surrounded by water. It's very inland, but it's surrounded by water. And then there's only one other state that's surrounded by water. That's Florida. So I went from one to the other. It's just the dumbest thing ever.
Nothing changed, huh?
No, it's just no snow. New shirts look really good. We're trying. So this is a 3. So that was another one that I came up with that as an IRTA and all that. Which, if you're interested in an IRTA, wrong one. Just add that on there. You can still get one. They're still on sale. Don't miss out. It's so early. 85 in Vegas. Brad checking in. Wow, he's up early. Dang.
Look at that.
Good morning. Expected to be 100 in Modesto.
Oh my gosh, that is insane.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Still cold. I mean, where? 85, 110 in Phoenix. It's just so crazy. Good morning, fellas. 103 for the last 2 days.
Jesus.
Much cooler day of a 94 in Fort Worth, Texas. Let me tell you what, Texas heat is no joke, man. Like, California heat is okay. It's not bad. It's not great. But that Texas heat, man, like when we got out of the car when we were in Dallas, like I've never felt so just like I don't want to be here.
That's those 3 states that I would think about for moving.
What?
Like
Texas?
Nah. So I would think twice before I move.
Yeah,
like
I'm not moving.
Texas,
Justin.
California, or Vegas, or
I would never live in Vegas. There's no world that Vegas works for me. 57, soggy wet. Yeah, but I don't like it. I don't know. Good morning.
Good morning.
78, currently high of 91, South Carolina.
Very nice.
What about Hawaii? I like Hawaii. I've been there. The weather's fantastic. No.
Okay.
I thought about it a lot because we have family there. So, when you're there on vacation, you think, how would I make this work with my life? And I couldn't. I would spend too much money traveling back and forth to California to do stuff.
Okay.
Because there's just, like any place you live, you find stuff to do. Like most people don't go out 20 miles out past their house on a monthly basis.
Oh, really?
No, you don't. Think about your life. How far do you travel from your house?
Oh, I travel a lot, bro.
You go nowhere.
What are you talking about?
You go nowhere.
I'm going from the grocery store.
Yeah, exactly. So there's this little 20-mile area around your house that you basically live in. Yeah. I didn't. It's beautiful, but I was like, this will drive me crazy. I don't want to spend that much time at home. Mike.
What up, Mike?
What's up? Well, see, he lives in Vegas and he enjoys it, but.
See, there you go.
He grew up there. He learned to tolerate it. I just don't think I could.
Right.
New Mexico, Phoenix, Arizona, stuff like that, maybe. But I still would miss the rain. This guy's like when we're out at Mobile Solutions, it's like you guys don't get rain ever. Like
there's no water.
Where's the water? And you're so dry, and it's
like God.
But Vegas by far. The driest area we've ever been to. Like, I stock up on body lotion and chapstick when we go to Vegas because it's just like
so dry.
You get out of the shower and you're just like, oh my God! Like, there should be a knob on the shower that's just like grease, lotion that just comes out of the shower head and covers your body.
Oil.
Yeah, oil. Upstate South Carolina, 76 with a high of 91.
Yep.
Hello.
What's up?
Yeah, Arizona, baby.
Oops.
Jeff is just down the road. There you go. All right, so we got some news for you. The sale is still going on. That's not the news. It could be the news.
It's big news.
And it is big news.
You get $25 off.
Yeah. We'd like to thank CE Outlook for being, for doing providing news, for doing news stories. It's that time of the year again where news is hard to come by. I can tell. It's very, very, because it's, what is there really to talk? There is stuff to talk about, but it's still like, man, it's getting tough. But anyways, there is more to the CE Outlook than we talk about. There are articles and stuff like that are interesting to read that just aren't, they're just stories. So we don't really report on them. But if you would like to read those stories, because you might, head over to ceoutlook.com and check them out. And I'd like to thank her for doing her job so that we can do our job. Now, let's come over here. Let's do this. Let's turn that on. Let's turn that off. I'm going to turn the banner off for now so that we can get to the most important part of the show, which is the news. Motorcycle Audio takes lead at some suppliers. So, and they put Rockford, which is funny. This isn't really news in the sense that, no kidding. Most of these manufacturers are running to motorcycle audio because they feel it's low-hanging fruit. Kenwood came out with a bunch of motorcycle stuff last year, the year before last. Cicada has a brand is just motorcycle. So it's literally a brand that came out just to service motorcycles. Sound Digital has found a place Ground Zero for speakers, Sound Digital for amplifiers has found a place in the motorcycle community. Arc Audio has been making the Moto 720. Before that, the Moto 620, I'm guessing, has made a amplifier specifically designed to go into a fairing on a Harley since day one, along with some speakers that go with it. And of course, Rockford makes the stages of packages, whom all of these manufacturers are out at Sturgis, South Dakota right now, where the weather is quite fun. Hot, cold, rainy, wet. It's been ridiculous.
I think every manufacturer make a motorcycle right now. If you think about it.
A lot of them, yeah. Focal has motorcycle stuff, which you just sit there and go, oh, really?
Exactly.
So, and there again, these manufacturers have all pushed towards it. And it's all expensive. The one key in all of this is all the motorcycle stuff is expensive. And it's kind of funny because like the one time that every manufacturer is like, how much are you getting for that? $450. All right, well, I'm going to get $449. Hey, instead of the introduction of a, I want to just destroy the market pioneer and reduce the price to almost nothing to try to be competitive in there. Now, somebody might come along and do that. But it just seems like all of these brands have decided like we should all be in this similar price point so that we can all make a bunch of money. So it's it's interesting.
So what you saying is you going to buy a motorcycle?
No, I'm not.
2 months?
Just for people that are new to this show, this is a news show. This is not our typical Q&A. If you have a Q&A question about Car Stereo, please either find us on Instagram or tomorrow night at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, where we do our regular show where we do Q&A. This is strictly news. We don't take questions on this show. Larry Frederick, before he passed away, I think summarized the motorcycle industry the best when he said, this is like the audio of the 80s. It's easy. It's you can do it. It doesn't take a lot and all this other stuff, which I didn't agree with because some of these new motorcycles are getting just as complicated as the cars. Some of these new 2024 Harleys are like just ridiculous and you got to reprogram radios. And so you're almost having to do, the nice thing is though, it's like one motorcycle, you know what I mean? So it's interesting. And Brad chimes in and says, the take rate in a motorcycle market is huge compared to car. Yeah, exactly. And Brad would know because he worked for ARC.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
So who is this?
What? What are you looking at? I already took care of it.
Oh, because I was looking for his picture and it's totally different.
Who's
right there? Right.
Yeah. Because that's Facebook and that is YouTube.
Ah, makes sense. I was like, wow.
Yeah, dude, chill out. It's okay. So he joined now that you've sidetracked it, he joined YouTube a long time ago, back when he had hair. He pays more attention to Facebook. See? That's just what's going on. It's okay.
Okay.
How is the brand choice in quality versus price? See, and I think that's like the interesting part about the motorcycle world is that the choices are obviously now vast, and the quality is similar. I think. I just there again. I don't.
Similar? You think so?
I think there's some similarities there. I mean, everyone is always going to say ours is best. Ours is best.
Yeah.
And it probably is. There's got to be good, better, best. It's an interesting thing. Obviously, we don't do motorcycles, so I'm not going to comment on brands and quality and stuff like that. It's just we look at it like most people do. It's like over there, and we go, oh, that's pretty cool. It's not anything that I want to get into. I don't do motorcycles, and there's a million other reasons. But the end of the article basically said, there's X amount of motorcycles on the road. And there's basically 100% more cars on the road. But I think a lot of this is low-hanging fruit right now. And it's going to be interesting to see over the next couple of years if this lasts. I think it will in some regards. But it's usually in electronics, there's like this big spike where everyone gets involved in it. And everyone throws stuff at it. And then some of it is crap. And then you get the buyer beware. And it becomes like, I don't know if I want to upgrade because, I have good, better, best. And
what I can say is that you remember the slingshots, right?
Yeah.
When they started getting so hot, everybody wanted a slingshot. And it's like, I want to put speakers. I want to put that.
Well, then,
it was so hot. And now I haven't seen.
But the slingshot the slingshot is a toy. Motorcycles have been around forever.
Yeah, but
so I mean, there'll always be somebody driving a motorcycle.
No, what I'm saying is not gonna go away. It's just gonna, just like, okay, I'm just gonna slow it down now.
Yeah, and pretty much that. It's loud and obnoxious. Yes, there are some there's some motorcycle. We'll just say Harley. Some motorcycles people are spending time on. I think the motorcycle is almost turned into the boat of the road.
Okay.
Because boat people will spend boat people will spend an obscene amount of money on audio, and I feel some motorcycle people will do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Either way, we'll see. This is one of those things that hey, it was an interesting story. We thought we'd talk about it.
Yeah.
Moving on. Master Tech Expo is bringing back bitchin' rides. Dave can dig it. So when I found this out earlier this year, I was like, okay. And Dave came and said, I want to come back. He was there the first year, and then we had Foos. Now we have Dave, because now just like first we had Dave, and it was a new show. Didn't really know what it was going to be like. Didn't know what was going to happen. He did show number 1, and then next year we got Foos. Thanks, Fred. And Foos came there again. And so the second year with Foos, we got totally different Foos. Like Foos was like, I'm coming back next year just because I want to come back. Like, I don't feel like I got to do what I wanted to do at this show. And I feel the same thing as with Can Dig It is he's like, I have a bigger plan. Yeah. And he does. There's going to be a lot more that he's going to be doing this year. So it ought to be a lot of fun. Really nice guy. Like he was hanging out. Awesome. He was hanging out in the bar with everybody, shooting the shit, having a good time.
I have a picture with him and Tom.
Yeah.
On the stage.
Yeah.
Like, they finishing doing the rendering and all that stuff. Yeah. And I was like, dude, man, that's crazy. So
really nice guy. Definitely Dave is a much more approachable guy. I talked to him, picked on him in the bar. It was hilarious. I was like, I'd never be able to do that with Foos. But no, I don't know. I just don't think he's as approachable as Dave was. But I'm happy he's coming back because, like I said, he was a really cool guy. Really took advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
So yeah. So here we go. Huge Dave fan. He was in Sweden at a show for a friend of mine. Got a picture with Dave for me. Yeah, and that's the nice thing about both these guys is they're very, like, Chip stood there for like 2 hours and took pictures with everybody that wanted to get a picture with him. Yeah. So it's so funny to see all these guys fanboy out. Like I think it's great. It's cool bringing somebody like this to the show that everyone is everyone can relate to because we all do a lot of similar things as far as deadlines and fabrication and trying to do the impossible.
Oh yeah.
And so somebody at his level.
I also heard the Master Tech is gonna have these 2 guys from Clearwater, Florida.
I heard about that too. I hear they're doing a Sunday class. It's gonna be like pretty crazy. So brand new class that they've never taught before. What are they names? I don't know. It's 2 dudes. Yeah, they have this big class coming up that's gonna be like first of its kind. It ought to be interesting. Both are great guys, but Dave is far more approachable and shows more personality.
There you go. Doug
and I feeling the same thing is very odd. It's very odd. I mean, I don't know how that is totally possible. Chip is totally cool. Loves to talk. See. And there again, our ARC would know because they made a Chip Foos amplifier, which was pretty cool. So yeah, they have a great relationship with them. I got a picture with him and goatee. Yeah, you guys do have similar facial hair. Dean, you must be a teacher because you got a lot of class. Dude, Weber fan, that was fantastic. All right, moving on to new product news. Massive Audio introduces pro-bass, digital bass. Okay, basically it's their version of, hey, let's make an epicenter without making an epicenter. So if you're a Massive fan, fantastic. We have this. For those of you that aren't aware, the patent on the epicenter has expired and wasn't renewed because I don't think it could. And so now you're going to get an influx of a lot of people that now are going to be making products like this. There have been people in the past that have made them for a very short period of time, and then like, oh wait, I can get sued, and they've stopped. So now there's no one getting sued for this. The thing is buyer beware. Okay, let's just go with that. Nothing against this piece. It's probably a perfectly functional parametric EQ for a subwoofer, which is great. I feel that that's important. Where this piece kind of fell short in my mind is one of the key features. It says it'll integrate into factory stereos.
Yeah.
And the reality is, I'm going to call BS on that one, because there's a couple things about it that it is not made to do that.
Right.
When compared to something like the Epicenter Micro, who's there again, the manufacturer's doing this for a long time and kind of understands how this all works. This does not take 20 or 40 volts of input. It takes 10. Most amplifiers will take 10. 10 is not enough voltage when integrating into a factory car stereo. Some of these car stereos put out 20 to 40 volts of output.
Yeah.
And well, if you put something like this in there, it's going to just catch on fire and be bad. It won't catch on fire. It just won't last long. The other thing too is it has no load resistors. Every single car that's produced since 2016 needs a load resistor. This doesn't have them. Epicenter Micro has them. Not trying to push the Epicenter Micro. It's just one of those things. If you're going to say that this is made to work, just because it has a high level to low level adapter in it, does not mean that it is designed to work like that. Not picking on this piece, just posing that as an overall sentiment when looking at a product like this. Instead of buying the OG, buying the hey, look at me. These are some of the things you might want to think about before buying one. Like I said, now, as far as the idea behind this, fantastic. I'm a big fan of adding equalization to the subwoofer when dealing with a factory system. Now, as far as aftermarket goes, it's RC input. You can do whatever you want there, go to town.
See, but that's my problem right there. If you want to make something that is like, okay, you know, the patent expired, let's make the same piece. Well, trying to make it better, you know, for the modern.
But no one's going to try to make anything better.
So at that point, why?
Because they just want to pretend like they have the original thing and sell it. I mean, everyone's been doing it for years.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, we make best restoration. Okay, putting a parametric EQ in from something isn't base restoration. You know,
I just want an Epicenter on an amplifier.
Yeah, well, we have one, but it not anymore. Anyways, there again, I like I said, big fan. I'm trying to get more manufacturers to make an EQ for a small, you know, or just put it into the sub amp.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, you know, like this technology shouldn't be standalone. Like you said, amplifiers with epicenters built into them.
DSP built into it, you can.
I mean, I think Electromedia hit the nail on the head when they made their 1007, which is a 1,000-watt monoblock with a 7-channel DSP.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure just a small every sub amp that is designed to integrate into a factory stereo should have some form of equalization built into it, other than basic bass boost.
Yeah.
It's not enough. It's not enough. It's just
give me that effect.
Right. I mean, you know, this is fantastic. All these are fantastic until you look at a signal that has an 80 hertz high pass filter on it, and you're going, how come my bass sucks?
Yeah.
Because it's not there. It's not there. One band ain't gonna fix it. Need that one band DSP.
Hey man, I told you. See, I only need one band.
Yeah. You said it, not me, but give a new name to some old tech. And there again, I feel that if the sad thing is most people actually don't even understand what an Epicenter is doing, because it is quite unique, and it's not a parametric EQ. It is doing some really weird stuff, and that is really cool. But yeah, it's we got.
So let me ask you this: what are your thoughts on the Orion amplifiers coming up?
Let's ask that question one more time. Speaking of new amplifiers that just came up, Altitude Series. Sometimes the news just works funny, guys. It just works funny. Audio Control has just introduced a new line of amplifiers. They call them the Altitude Series, obviously referring to the Pacific Northwest, where Audio Control was originally from, taking the sound to new heights. I've had lots of people talk to me about this amplifier since the email went out. They've asked us if we've seen them in person, and I'm like, nobody's seen them in person.
How is the price? The price is too high?
I haven't seen the price. Didn't even look at the price. It's a love-hate thing as far as the cosmetics of the amplifier. Some people are complaining about the little pinched ends here. I think it looks cool.
I like the pinch. It's just different.
Yeah, and there again, I feel like if it's just a normal amplifier, what fun is that? Not that one. This one. Okay. As far as what do you expect to see when this amplifier finally rolls out? Is a 600.4, 1100.5, an 800.1, and a 1500.1.
Okay.
I'm kind of anxious to see how big these things are, because these images really don't do much for scale. You can kind of look at like the inputs on them and get a feel for what it looks like.
They don't say this in the specs.
No, I can look at the specs, but I still want to see, I want to touch, I want to hold. Oh. This is a 1500 watt amp.
Yeah.
Now, one of the features that they have that is unique to this amplifier is they have a new, what's called valet mode. Let me see if I can zoom in here. If you look at the power inputs, you have power and ground inputs, you have remote, and then you have a second input. What that second input is for a toggle switch. And what that toggle switch does, when you flick it, it cuts the system by 25 dB, which means it reduces the volume. So if you're taking your car in for service or valet parking, or somebody's going to have access to the vehicle that you don't want to blow your system, you can flick a toggle switch and boom, it just cuts the volume down. Another thing that they're promoting on this amplifier, it does not, okay, good question there. No built-in DSP. These are straight power amplifiers. And then he says, I saw the 5-channel, $600. Okay, so there you go. And then different look for sure. Anyways, one of the things that they're highlighting in this, which this is the thing that most people have commented to me about, is spike mode, which is them saying that you can run 3 of their Spike series subwoofers on this, going to a 1.33 ohm load, and the amplifier will play it. I don't know how y'all feel about hooking up 3 subwoofers, but I haven't done 3 subwoofers in a very long time. Even Paul came to me, which Paul never comes to me about this stuff and says, dude, I've been doing this for like 30, 40 years. I think I've seen twice where someone has hooked up 3 subwoofers. So maybe they're trying to bring sexy back. I feel they're just trying to bring sexy back. Most people have finally figured out we do 2, we do 4, we don't do 3.
I think it's just Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, I think they're Justin Timberlake in it. No, it's a separate input on the amplifier that just needs to see a ground, and then the remote wire. So the amplifiers will still play. They just play at a reduced volume so that you don't, you can, please don't hurt my system. And that was the thing. I don't know. I don't know. It's a marketing thing, as always. You know how people are. Hey, here's a crazy idea. Why don't we make it so we can go 3 subwoofers, and there's nobody in the room to go, because we haven't done that, and it sucks. Like JL tried that. They made special 3
is better than 2.
I'll take 2. No, it's not. No, it's not really. Why? It's not.
It's one more.
Chris pretty much says it all. I don't know. I don't know. So this is it's just one of those things.
I don't think you can flip the nameplate because
it's brushed.
It's just brushed.
There's no flipping of the nameplate because it's silk screened right here. So it really doesn't.
I like that.
If they see what you do is you put the name right here, and then you flip it. So there again, they didn't ask us.
No,
they didn't ask us about the design because we were done some. Yeah, and no, you're right. The original JL, tons of 3 subs. But if you weren't a JL dealer, this really wasn't a thing because they made the 3 ohm subs that.
What did they say?
And there again, the only 3 sub applications we ever saw, and they made the cool tubs, was JL. That was it. And I don't know. Oh, who sent me that?
That's Mike.
Well, no, I mean, dude, I did the 315s in the RAM.
I remember.
Yeah. I mean, I've done them before. Yeah. It was never, and I sold 3 amplifiers because, like, why would I not? But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe this will do a reinsurgence of the 3 sub application. We're just gonna be like, oh man, dude, let's 3 scubs. It's just old. who knows? You know, and the first thing I said was, "Where's their box for the 3 subs?"
Well, okay. Well,
because I mean, if you're gonna do 6, this, well, you need 2 of them.
There you go.
So it's fine.
6.
Yeah, but still, I'd still
want 6.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
3 12 Cavaliers. Yeah.
Kevlars.
That's what I say.
Yeah. Cavaliers. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Just.
No, but there again, it's just not. It's not a. But hey, there again, now somebody wants to run 3 subs, run 3 spike subs.
Hey.
There's no button. There's no magic in it. It's just what they're calling 3 subs of spike mode. There was some confusion about that. Like, how do I turn on spike mode? And it's like, no. It's just what they're calling adding 3 subs to the amplifier. So sounds cool. I mean, I don't know. You know, you got to have something that like kind of radiates with the crowd, I guess. But no, they are, like I said, straight power, no DSP amplifiers. Take that as you will.
So they have like an LED, right?
No.
No.
You got to buy the ACR1 bass knob to do that. So
cool. That's fantastic.
Yeah. No, Mike, because I mean that was a long time ago, and I wasn't a JL dealer, and I try to forget some of that stuff from the '90s because it was a long time ago. And
W6s.
But no, and plus you guys are real like big JL fans, so you know, which is cool. Yes, so there again, yes, I'm also waiting for the 310s underseat truck box. And there again, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I think in some applications this will be really cool, and I hope they do back it up with some enclosures that, you know, like a truck box or a 310 box or even a 312 box that comes preloaded and ready to go that I can put one of these amplifiers on. It would make a lot of sense. So, what is this? Most installs claim they had the rim of 1, but the impedance of 3 subs. And yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they had specific subs to do that. We all remember those cool 3 ohm JL subs. I'm sorry, Garmin subs. Ooh, no, just kidding. They were JL back then. Anyways, guys, hey, that's the news. Who's excited? You're all set. You're ready to go. You have your 12-volt news. You have the animosity that it brings. Now you can go forth with the day and be like, man, I know better than I was when I started this morning. But tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, all your questions about 12 volts will be answered on the weekly show. And then for those of you that were disappointed that there wasn't a Thursday video, it went out this morning at 5:30. Sorry, it's a day late. We forgot to film it before we left. So it's kind of, there's not a lot of backup on these. We film them and edit them and put them out. So definitely, if you haven't seen that, we did it on, because like everyone did the Warhorse, so we wanted to do the 4 channel. So you got to check it out. There's an amp dyno at the end, which we know you guys love. So check it out. But yeah, no, that's it. That's all we got. Find us on Instagram. And then, like we said at the beginning, don't forget, if you're interested in getting the IRTA2 right now, it is still on sale. Use coupon code HOT at checkout and save $25 on the coolest tool in the 12-volt industry. That's all we got. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye, guys.
Bye.